Hey guys, welcome back to the Heart of Home. I am quite excited to share with you what I'm about to today. But first, my hair needs to go up. Well, if you can't tell by now, it's because we're getting into the beehive. Though I can't say I've ever done a hive inspection with a dress on. But there's a first for everything. When you're wearing an invincible bee suit, it really doesn't matter what you have on underneath it. So the good news that we have to share is that we have bees again. So I'm trying to recall everything that I need for a hive inspection. But I know I've got my smoker, I've got my lighter, I need to get some burlap, and then I've got my hive tool. I don't think it's necessary to mark my queen. That was a lot of work last year to find the queen, to trap her without killing her, and then mark her. Though, I don't know, I'm conflicted. Maybe I'll take it just in case. So last Friday, when, hopefully my loud voice doesn't pester them. I don't know these girls well yet. But last Friday when we were unloading all of the frames into the deep, because we got them in a nuke, I heard piping. Do you hear that? Mm-hmm. That means one of the queen cells open. And if you don't know, piping is essentially a virgin queen's way of saying, here I am, come get me, you know, come fight me kind of thing. And there was multiple swarm cells. Now, if I remember, I think there was 3, but at this point, if she hatched on Friday, but let's just say the other ones hatched, you know, Saturday or Sunday, that has given them almost 6 days to go out and to do mating flights and to come back. So my goal today, getting into this hive, is to find eggs that have been laid in the comb, indicating that we have a fertilized queen. If you're new to beekeeping and watching this, you might be wondering, why does smoke calm them down? And the answer is they think they're in danger and that they're about to flee their hive. And so what they do is they go and they eat a bunch of honey, and it essentially fills them up, makes them sluggish, keeps them busy. Think of it that way. Now it's time to get my stuff on. Girls are not going to be happy that I'm opening up their colony that they have been working so hard on. So I noticed this morning these girls were already bringing in a bunch of pollen. If you watch the legs as they come in, you'll notice there's tons of orange pollen on their legs. These girls so far, they're quite calm. Hey girls, all right. They really don't need that much smoke. They're really keeping to themselves. Pretty awesome. So I'm seeing here, just as an observation for my own reference, the 4 frames that they came with are the ones that they're attending the most to. Now there's some bees on frame, if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right here, that are starting to tend to the comb. I would say about half of this hive has frames that have comb on it already. The other ones are new. I really don't want to get too much into the colony because I don't want to risk the chance of squishing the queen. Her propolis is very, very soft still. All right, so this frame number 7, just had a bunch of resources on it, no brood.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, baby. I think what I'm gonna do is just go right for the one in the middle. The middlemost frame is typically where you're gonna find the brood, and most often the queen, but it's not always the case. Nothing there either. It's not a good start. Right, we're going on to frame 5. Hopefully we can find some brood, but most importantly, hopefully we can find some day-old eggs. Now I've got a queen cell at the bottom of this frame. See if I can show you. And it's open. You see it? But I'm still not seeing any sign of a queen. We've really only got one more frame to check. Now there's a good chance that the queen could just be on a mating flight right now. We're only 8 days past when I heard piping. But there's also a chance that she could have been killed on her mating flight. I'm noticing too that these girls are acting a little frantic. And it's not uncommon for them to act frantic when they're without a queen. Man. Well, I guess there's always bad news with good news. Yeah, I'm stumped. I mean, this is why you're supposed to have more than one colony, because if something like this were to happen, I could just pull healthy brood from another colony and stick it in this one, and they can make more queen cells essentially. But right now there is no brood in there, and they're acting as if there's no queen. They're really like twitchy and fidgety and noisy, but not aggressive. And then all of the frames which used to have brood on them are now resources. So, and I only saw one queen cell this time, which they will clean up the cells and, you know, reuse that space. They won't leave the queen cell forever. I'm in a pickle, but hey, the good news of this video is we have bees. And hopefully I can bring you better news in a coming video and say that we have a queen. What a bummer.
We don't have a queen.
This is literally just what happens with beekeeping. Everyone says it's an expensive investment to get into, but it's also worth it, especially as a gardener. But this hobby is also frustrating because you have thousands of livestock that can literally do whatever they want. They're not restricted to an electric fence or cow panels. Like, they can just do whatever they want, which means they're at risk all the time. So anyways, that's not how I wanted to end this video, but there's hope. This is just the reality of suburban homesteading, is some things are in control. And yeah, there's a big bird with food in its mouth. Some things are in your control, some things are not, and it's the quick way to be humbled. So I will see y'all on a future video, and hopefully I'm bringing even better news next time.